Good morning, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 8:25 a.m. A bit later than I had planned this morning, but owing to circumstances beyond my control, like staying out late last night, I was stuck to the sheets this morning when I had tried to get up at 6:45. A long day yesterday, but a different sort of a day. I went back to bed for a couple hours yesterday morning after doing the video, and then I went visiting a friend of mine that's home from New York, who I hadn't seen in a few years, and he had serious health issues for a couple of years. He's back in pretty good shape again, thanks be to God. So I went to visit him, missed the racing, watched a couple, just followed them on Betfair. Then I was umpire at a match, and then I went for pints after. So I seen nothing, only got a few messages from people. Got a message that Bugs Morden was a bit unlucky. I didn't see the race yet. That traded 4-9 and running. I was thinking that he'd be fit all right. Noel did have him fit. Sweet William, I didn't see that race, and I'm going to look at that when I put up this video. That's 3 times it has won for us. It'll be going for the Ebor next, undoubtedly. And what did I go? Oh yeah, we had 2 winners in Galway. Moncor, I stuck that in when the other one was a non-runner yesterday. And Dragon of Malta, yeah. And someone told me that one snug. So I went to a racing pub after the match yesterday. The evening racing, there was a couple of them on. Good old crack there. And then when I was coming home, I went in nearer to home and stayed out. I think it was 11:30 and 11 or so. I've an each way lucky 15 for today, because I'm not sure of the ground. I see it's heavy, but on one site it said that it was good to soft, and the other one said soft. So the 150 at Galway, teed up won it last year. He's £10 higher. Now that, let's see. That says soft. It was shown heavy only 10 minutes ago. Teed up, probably the most likely winner, but I went for, they're paying 5 places, and I picked out Gold Speed. Ben Harvey is riding for Tony Murray. He has won over course and distance. He won his maiden hurdle in 2019. I know it's a few years ago, but it proves that he acts on the track. And he ran well enough the last time in Ballinrobe, but in a big pot race that Lunar Power won. But he was going grand, but he didn't stay. That was 2 miles 6. It was the farthest he ever ran. But he had a good run in April there to Ballybon Belter in Punchestown. Good run there to Winter Fog on soft ground as well. So that being the price it is. It was a bigger price last night. There has been money for it, I see. But it's still 14-1 there, 16th with some. That'll be one, paying 5 places. And in the next race then that follows, I picked out Call The Tune. Barry Connell, Mikey O'Sullivan. It hadn't ran for a good while, but it ran middling enough, I thought, the last day. will be all right on the ground. It's an open affair, so he's there at 7-1, and then there's an interesting handicap, or there's an odds-on shot in St. Sam that should win bear a fall, as they say. The handicap chase. If I fancy something in this, I'll post it up later. Be interested to see how Mount Leinster runs, because the second time this week after being second on the flat the other evening, and its first run in those colours. They like a winner at Galway. But Willie has hubris as well, so I'll see if there's anything come out. Go on to the 4 o'clock is the Noire, the big race of the day. Curtain option going to win this 4 years in a row. And it's hard to believe that this is going to be his lowest rating in the 4 different years. He's off 95 now. It has won, and Keane Redmond taking off £5. That'll bring him to 90. Eye-catching in the last couple of rounds, but he'll get into a lot of bother. But he loves Galway. He won it last year, 97. In 2000, and he was 106 the year before, and 99. So came down on the weights, campaigned for this year's renewal, because even going back to that run in the Curragh, he got into horror bother there as well, and he's only beaten 5 lengths, and the run in Cork as well. So maybe they didn't want him to win. You see that today be the day, but short for an each way bet. So as you know, I've really fancied No More Porter. Now he's a reserve, but he didn't run on Thursday when he had an easier race, but did the weight designedly for today is the thing. Now Dooley Thoroughbreds own it, so they may pull out the likes of Casanova to get him in. If they do, that'll be a sign. Because on its first run for Ado McGuinness in the Lincoln, on heavy ground, it was 5th to Latam, when he beaten Tulipe, 5th of 27 on soft to heavy. Then to 6th to Earls, but this could have been the plan all along for Galway. It was 4th to Strike Red at an inadequate distance. 2nd the other night when it should have won for us at a big price. That was 8.5, 7 furlongs on heavy ground. Might be just to pop a cup of tea. In the event that it doesn't run, and we're sticking in something each way in the race, she get our buddy Earls, who loved the ground, 7 furlongs on heavy ground. So I thought maybe there might be an update of the non-runners by now, but there's not. And the other one then is in the 5 o'clock, the 3-year-old handicap over a mile. We're back to horse there on the other night, the Tulipe Noire, and I think this trip is suited better. 3-year-old filly, big strong filly. It was 4th to Rio Largo on, but it was threatening on the rail, but it has won like a maiden over 8, and it was 2nd to Booyah over 9.5 furlongs in Ballinrobe. That the mile heavy ground in Galway would be more suitable than the 7 the other night. The bumper, there's 3 odds-on shots today, or short 5 favourites, so it's hard to be like yesterday, but with the shorties double, both of them are best, it's a size. But we made a few pounds yesterday anyway, so I'll try and get this in the oven. I'm going to head to Galway. It's a sunny morning here, the sunshine, and I'm going to head to Galway today, and I might play a game of cards tonight. The plan was to have cards and a few pints tonight in Galway and stay in it, but you know me, plans does change. So last night we done the pints, so tonight might be the cards. Oh yes, there's one in Haydock. There, it's showing heavy ground, and the top weight there, Nathaniel Greene, by Nathaniel, and Nathaniel, he loved coating the ground, that hop deep, but on its run there, I would say in Goodwood, Forte Courage Mon Ami, they went on to win the Ascot Gold Cup. It was 14 in the Cumberland Place, the Pitman's Derby. Over 2 mile, and 7 to Sweet William, then only beaten 7 lengths. That'd be an each way bet. It was 6 to 1 last night. What price is it now? $9 to 2. Still an each way bet there at that price with heavy ground. There was one at Chester, but I don't know what the going is like today, so we'll leave it at that. Anyway, bash the bookies, over and out.